Ladies and gentlemen, it's been about a month since the last time we updated you on the best brawlers for Showdown, and you know this by now about your boy Ray. I don't necessarily play a whole lot of Showdown myself, but one thing that I really want to avoid is neglecting you guys who enjoy Showdown, but also enjoy watching my content. So I like to work this video into the mix here and there. Make sure to let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Also, make sure to keep in mind this is after Nani is released, so we are taking into account the newest brawler in the game, whether or not she's going to be in the top 10 best brawlers. So hope you guys enjoy the information, and with that being said, let's get straight away into it. Here we go. So as we always do in these Showdown ranking videos, we're going to be guided by one of the best Showdown players in all of Brawl Stars, and that is Money Capital. He's actually sitting at 21st in the world when it comes to total solo Showdown victories, sitting at 8,882 wins. Absolutely insane. Money Capital has his own YouTube channel where he goes over a bunch of tips and tricks for multiple different maps inside of Showdown, going over the best brawlers and things along those lines. So if that's up your alley, make sure to go check that out. But with these videos always comes good information, right? The best brawlers in the game for Showdown, as well as insanely fun gameplay with the mix. So hope you guys all enjoy it, but it's time to get into the top 10 best brawlers for Showdown. So starting off with number 10, believe it or not, but Money Capital has the newest brawler in Brawl Stars placed here, and that is Nani. I feel like right now the community is kind of split right down the middle. I've been hearing a lot of comments from people saying that she is incredibly overpowered, and a lot of people thinking she's underpowered. Money Capital is in the boat that she needs a little bit of a buff, but her mechanics and usability in Showdown are still incredibly top-notch. So once she does eventually get that buff, which Money Capital is predicting, she's going to be even better. There's a lot of versatility to Nani in Showdown. Number one, that crazy damage if you can land her shots, as well as bending shots around walls for that consistent chip damage, and the usability or utility with the gadget, being able to, one, you can deal the damage with the super, or you can go to a really worthwhile area that has a lot of power cubes that you could get potentially. So Nani very versatile inside of Showdown, and we're going to be getting into gameplay here, Money Capital's treat. So it should be a lot of fun. We're heading into Skull Creek for all of them, so it should be some really awesome gameplay. So we'll see how Money Capital does with Nani. All right, so getting into the match now, Money Capital is sitting at just about 500 trophies on Nani, so not incredibly crazy high trophy gameplay or anything like that, which I also enjoy about Money Capital and his teachings, or not teachings, but like his perspective. Most of his brawlers are like in the ballpark of 500 to 700, so it fits a very wide variety of different players in the game, and you can use the information. A lot of players can use the information, but as you can see with that high crazy DPS that Nani has, it's very easy to get boxes right off the get-go, as well as pressure like crazy. I'm assuming Money Capital is trying to really get his super, so he has that in his back pocket. Another thing you'll notice that might be a little bit of a surprise pick, you're going to see a lot of bees around and about in today's gameplay, so make sure to keep that in the back of the mind. She might be on the list today. But here we go. We got Nani, probably the final boss, as Money Capital with 7 power cubes. We got a Rico and a Spike duking it out on bottom. Spike has a pretty high amount of power cubes, and we have a camping Max at the top right. Looks like Money is going to try to find the Max, and man, Money Capital is going to be doing quite a bit of damage here. So he didn't check the bush. This is one reason I enjoy Showdown. I say this time and time again, but it's so much fun being able to see what other people are doing on the map, like bush camping and things along those lines, or like an invisible Leon or bow mines. It's a lot of fun. So here we go. Looks like Money Capital is trying to pinch down the Rico with the help of Spike, and we'll see how this ends up. I'm not sure how close Money is to super. I'm assuming pretty close because he is playing relatively aggressive. But if you've seen these Showdown ranking videos in the past with Money Capital, you'll know that he really enjoys playing extremely aggressive in Showdown. But if he's using the first star power, which he is, of course, it's the only one out, I get that mixed up, he's going to definitely be able to do enough damage with it to take out the Spike. So there we go. So let's see, we have one person left at the very end, and it was the camping Max. Man, I feel like bush camping is just so well rewarded. That poor Spike, he worked so hard that game, got 7 power cubes, and the Max is going to end up getting more trophies. 'Tis the Showdown meta. That's how you play. So here we go. I don't know what the Max is trying to do. He or she doesn't have a hope in the world. So finishing first place right off the get-go, not too shabby. But let's get into number 9. So rounding the corner to number 9, and I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't surprised that this brawler is making the list, but that is Leon. Leon, definitely, I feel like a lot of people would think that he could be a bit higher on the list, but the meta is always shifting. But Leon is always going to be a very, very good brawler for Showdown. 2 different star powers that are insanely good for his gameplay in the game mode. A gadget that is very, very helpful. Insane DPS to open up boxes very, very quickly, and just incredible DPS to take out opponents. He's got the chip damage from long range. He's got the crazy burst damage from short range. He's all around going to be a good brawler, and probably one of his best game modes is going to be Showdown for the entirety that he's here. He's just a bit weaker in the meta right now. He definitely deserves a little bit of a nudge in the next set of balance changes, but we'll have to see. Time will tell, but we'll see how Money Capital can do with Leon. Let's do it. Time for a little bit of Leon action, guys. Let's go. So starting off right off the get-go with the aggressive Mortis trying to take out Money there. But here we go. We're opting to go straight to the middle for some power cubes, and we're going to steal it right from Rosa. My goodness, starting off aggressive. I'm telling you guys, I feel like Money Capital is like one of the most aggressive Showdown players. Or maybe it's just kind of default. Like, this is pretty standard. I just play incredibly passive, so this is like the complete polar opposite of how I play in Showdown, which I should be taking notes. Maybe I should play more like this because I do suck at Showdown. But we're not doing too bad right off the get-go. 7 power cubes. Our eyes are set on this Pam, but Pam does have the station, so that can be a little bit tricky. Definitely Pam's best defense against a Leon. Throwing down that station, eating up a few basic attacks, and healing up at the same time. But here we go. Money Capital going to try to go in on the Jessie, but Jessie did have turret. Ooh, we're going invis. Money Capital going straight. He's got a grudge against this Pam, man. Let's see how it goes. No gadgets used quite yet. As you can see, Money was using the first star power. You guys should let me know which star power, if you do have star powers on Leon, do you typically go with? Do you go with the healing or the speed? Personally, I feel like when I'm playing with Leon, my go-to, or just like my staple star power that I always have on, is the first. But we're at a little bit of a tricky situation. We were down in the triple digits with health there. That is not good. We got 8 power cubes. Things are looking fairly decent though. Okay, so Money Capital going to use that super, trying to get in close. He's coming in at a good spot as well. Nicely done. Capitalizing on that little confrontation that Daryl and Pam had. Not too shabby. 2 first places right off the bat. Let's go. Moving on to number 8. So around the corner to number 8, and that is going to be going to our barrel buddy friend, Daryl, guys. I feel like this isn't a huge surprise as well. Daryl's mechanics are just incredibly good in Showdown, much like Leon's, having a self-regenerating super. You got a gadget that helps you get your super even quicker. He's really good at opening up boxes. He's got a super that can close the gaps very easily against squishier brawlers. I feel like everyone knows that he's going to be a good brawler in Showdown, but I feel like he got a slight nerf since he was like in his prime in the game mode, once they nerfed his first star power, having that shield. But other than that, he's still incredibly good. But we'll have to see here moving forward. Maybe he'll get a little bit of a buff. You never know. But here we go. Let's see how Money Capital does with him. Time for some Daryl action, guys. I feel like watching Money Capital here play in Showdown makes me wish I was better at it, or makes me wish that I enjoyed playing it a bit more. He makes it look so much freaking fun, all the strategies and things along those lines, and he was explaining to me just how much the Showdown meta changes. It shifts so much, which we will be talking about a little bit later on in today's video about a pick that kind of just weaseled her way up on the list. But let's see how this goes. So we're already at 6 power cubes. Money Capital off to an aggressive start. What's new? We got another Daryl rolling in, trying to get the Poco, and it looks like we might be able to pinch. Nice roll, getting that little bounce off the wall, angling it and hitting him, giving us even more power cubes. And now we have a clear window. We can just be uber aggressive now. We're off to the races, man. We got 10 power cubes. And I'm saying we, I don't know why. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not playing, but let's see. So the B, really, really low, but we have to be careful because that stinger shot really doesn't matter how many power cubes you have with B. She's very versatile in Showdown right now as well. Great tank killer, great range. It's got that speed reduction with her super, the gadget, a lot of things. Might be seeing her on the list later, like I mentioned before. So here we go. So there are 4 people left. And I think that just gives credence as to how good B can be in Showdown. The fact that Money Capital has 11 power cubes and playing a little bit on the defensive end of things against the power level 1 or a 1 power cube B. So here we go, rolling in. Oh my goodness, missed that second shot on the first basic attack. Holy crap. This is nuts, guys. I can't talk enough. His games are too fast. That is 3 first places in a row. Let's freaking go. So moving on to number 7, and it's a really cool one. So our 7th place spot goes to a good personal buddy of mine, and that is the creature of the night, Mortis. Basically, Mortis has a whole heck of a lot of options. Number 1, you can play him passive. If you didn't get off to a good start in the beginning, you still have a really high chance to just stay alive with his mobility. Number 2, with the introduction of gadgets, he now can play incredibly aggressive in Showdown, being able to kill those squishier brawlers that much easier right away in the beginning and getting a lot of power cubes because of it. As well as there's Coiled Snake, right? It is incredibly good for closing the gaps on those squishier units, much like Daryl's super. One thing you guys got to keep in mind about Mortis though is that he's very changing. He can shift very easy in his ranking here. Say for example, we have a very tank heavy meta, then Mortis will definitely not be in the 7th place spot, but I guess that's just kind of the story of Mortis in all the different game modes. But we'll see how Money Capital does with our boy. I'm gonna be a tough judge, so here we go. Alrighty guys, so getting straight away into it with Mortis. Let's see how Money Capital handles our boy here. I'm nervous. We're not starting off with a crazy awesome situation here up against a, oh my goodness, nicely done. Able to take out the Frank. That is always a stressful situation, trying to get around the Frank's basic attacks, but Money Capital did a great job there. Holy man. So as you can see, Money Capital rocking that Rogue Mortis skin. It is looking fresh to death, if you ask me. He wants that power cube, grabbing it, nicely done. 2 in the chamber. This might be a tricky one to take first place, that's for sure. We got a Jackie at 5, Rosa at 6. Definitely a little bit harder to go for those brawlers here. And we're in a bad spot. We're going up against a Shelly and a Rosa, but we do have mobility. Never underestimate Mortis's mobility, baby. So we have Coiled Snake by now for sure. Looks like he's gonna save it. Nice. Ooh, with the help of Leon, that might, okay. Dude, Money Capital plays so freaking aggressive, dashing in on a Rosa there, probably trying to proc the curiosity of the Leon there. So a little tag team action, trying to take out the Rosa. Nice. Okay, we're taking out the bosses here on the map. Not too shabby. That Jackie is definitely not a good matchup for Mortis, but taking her out is definitely huge. I think the only way Money Capital can take first is if he gets the power cubes from both of these players. I haven't been counting the gadgets that he's been using, so I'm not quite sure. There's a camp. I didn't even notice the BB. But I think Money has some more gadgets. If it's not gadgets, it's definitely at least 1, right? I haven't counted 3. So here we go. We got 7 power cubes. Nicely done. We got a Brock in the mid. So we'll see how this goes. Money Capital's eyes is definitely on the Brock. He still knows the Rosa is alive, but he wants to get as many power cubes as possible here. And hopefully he doesn't waste super. We need all the ammo, all the weapons that Mortis has against this Rosa. He's going to be really, really hard to go for. So he's got him pinched off. Maybe he's falling back to get a little bit of assistance from the Brock, maybe against the Rosa. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, guys. This is a stressful situation. We got everyone at all corners. Okay. Money Capital really trying to get that Brock. You can tell Money's eyes are on that Brock, man. Okay. We have relatively the same health as Rosa here, though, so don't count out our luck just yet. Oh. Oh, oh. Is Brock going to take first? Oh my goodness, how close is that? Guys, I counted out Money. I said he wasn't going to take first place. I said he wasn't, but he managed to pull through. Let's go. Money Capital is insane, but Mortis coming in at number 7. My goodness. So around the corner to number 6, and that's going to be going to Jackie. I feel like this one is very self-explanatory as well. Very easy to use. Just hit the auto aim button. Very high DPS. Has a good star power to be able to minimize the damage coming in at all times. Has a really good gadget to close the distance, so there's not a lot missing from her character. Good at getting the boxes for the splash damage if you're close to a bunch of them, but in general, just like a good tankier unit to sustain, as well as DPS, closing the gaps and things along those lines. So very, very good brawler for Showdown right now, and we'll see how Money Capital can do with her. Here we go. All right, so spawning in on the right side of the map here, in a really good spot for her. She's gonna get off 3 power cubes right off the get-go. Not too shabby. Having all that health as well, man. Jackie is a really, really good brawler, and I think if you guys have her star powers unlocked, the most important one is the damage reduction in a lot of different circumstances. I feel like the first star powers kind of pales in comparison to the second. So no gadgets used. Okay, using the very first gadget. I bit my tongue there. Nicely done, taking out the Rosa, and now we got 4 power cubes. Money Capital off to a really good start here and has super. Oh my goodness. Okay, he wasn't noticed by the Nita. Avoiding that damage very, very well. Nice. Okay, so all the brawlers that are bush camping, Money Capital can't see, right? Now he knows that the Primo's there. Primo didn't even use super to get away. Got 6 power cubes now. We're definitely the final boss here. Money Capital is. Money Capital knowing that the Primo is going to be in there. I think it's time to capitalize on the Primo. Nicely done. Ooh, Gale, you getting greedy. A launch pad to the death. Oh my goodness. Okay, using the gadget for mobility to dodge the Leon's basic attacks coming in, and things are looking very good. Money Capital can't be stopped, guys. He's took first place every single match this game so far. My goodness. Okay, up against a BB. I guess not yet, right? we can't predict the future that much, right? He still had more stuff to go, but my goodness, easy with Jackie there, very easy. So let's get into number 5. Alrighty guys, so our 5th best brawler for Showdown probably isn't a surprise to you all as well, and that's going to be BB. I believe she was on the list last ranking video as well, maybe a little bit higher than where she was right now, but it's because of the brawlers that are at the top currently in Showdown. But again, incredibly good in Showdown. The mobility, having the first star power to move around like crazy is so good. Having a gadget to heal yourself up, insane splash DPS to open up boxes, and a home run bat that you have at all levels. A really good mechanic to keep people away from you if you want to play a little bit more passive or to get out of a bad situation. So BB is always going to be good in Showdown, in my opinion. All right, you guys, so we're spawning in the bottom right with BB here, and I feel like this is definitely going to be some good gameplay. I feel like BB definitely really fits Money Capital's playstyle. I should say complements his playstyle. It really rewards being super aggressive, using your mobility to your advantage, getting into good spots, stuff like that. But we'll see here. So it looks like he's going to just go for the boxes, saying screw the Sandy. We're off to the races, guys. 5 power cubes this early on ain't too shabby. So here we go. Also, this is an incredibly good map for BB. So make sure to keep that in mind. We have 9 power cubes. Holy man. There we go. Ooh, missing the bubble. I think he might have auto-aimed that on accident. So, man, like, he plays so goofy, in my opinion. Like, I shouldn't say goofy, just like way different than I would, like I keep saying. But if a bee had super shot like that, I would have been so far away. My goodness, this Shelly is on him. Oh! But yeah, guys, taking 4th place there, I feel like the Shelly definitely played that matchup really well. The close range pressure there, just because Money Capital can't really do a whole lot, but really, really good. So our 4th best brawler for the game mode Showdown is none other than Gene, and sharing basically the same exact explanation as a few different brawlers on our list. His base mechanics are just inherently good in Showdown, much like those other brawlers. You got the long range chip damage to keep the tankier, high health brawlers chipped down so they can't heal up. You got the bursty, crazy DPS at close range for the squishier brawlers. You got the super to drag the squishier brawlers close to you, as well as a gadget that can basically get you out of a really, really rough situation with 3 usages. So I feel like Gene always going to be really, really good in the game mode, which is why we always see him in Showdown doing fairly well. So we'll see how Money Capital does with this guy. Here we go. Alright, so time for a little Gene action spawning on the far left here. Looks like Money is using the pirate Gene skin. I feel like all other skins, or I should say the only skin, right? Pirate Gene. It's going to be so obsolete in a few days. Once freaking Evil Gene comes out, it's going to be amazing. So here we go. Spawning and getting 2 power cubes right off the get-go. Trying to pressure the 8-bit a little bit here. Trying to get that super up. Getting him pinched back. One good thing about 8-bit, and I'm sure you guys know this by now, but he can just get bullied pretty easily. Mobility is so dang important in Showdown, so not having a lot of mobility is a big, big hindrance for a brawler like 8-bit. So here we go, a 9 power cube. Pam, holy man, that's going to be tricky. The other Gene just walking into his death, man. And she's already set up in the mid. That's not good. So let's go. I'm assuming Money Capital is just going to continue trying to pressure the Pam. He's definitely using the damage increase star power, right? So he's got the super, so he's dealing as much damage as he really can here with 3 power cubes. I think Money Capital is pressuring so much right here, trying to get this chip damage down to antagonize the other brawlers to go for Pam, right? To help out take out the monster of the game. But here we go. Let's see how this works. Or maybe just like waiting for an opportunity to pull her in. We'll have to wait and see. So Station down, but she's got another one. This ain't good. Okay, use the gadget. Oof. Okay, getting out of a bad spot. Looks like Money Capital made Pam angry. Pam, or Money Capital, oh my goodness. Pam literally choosing to kill Money Capital, going out of the middle. So here we go, pulling. Nice, taking out the boss. Oh, I think, okay. I thought he didn't have any more gadgets left. Let's go. This gameplay is nuts. It's too hard to watch, guys. It's literally watching like a suspense movie. I can't take it sometimes. It's too much. Okay, here we go. So we got super. Maybe Money Capital. Nope. It's going to opt to save the super. But we are up against a primo. We don't have any more gadgets left. Oh, no, so close. But still, incredibly well played. No fear up against that Pam the entire match. So freaking good. But moving on to number 3. So busting into the top 3, the third best brawler for Showdown is going to be going to a legendary, and that is Crow. What a surprise. There are so many great things about Crow for Showdown. Really, the only thing that's not like amazing is how fast he opens up boxes compared to some of the other brawlers on this list. But one, you got the long range damage, the annoying poison chip damage, taking out those higher health units. You got the aggression with the super and mobility, using the super to jump away, mobility with the movement speed as well. And on top of that, you got a gadget that reduces so much damage going in to the point where you could literally proc gadget and run at a bull for some time and deal some damage to him and sometimes kill him. But yeah, getting into the gameplay with money. Let's do it. Okay, so time for a little Crow action. I wonder if he has Golden Mecha Crow. He does. My goodness, guys, such a good skin. I can't wait till they add like a different like Golden Mecha or Dark Mecha or whatever skin, like high quality skin to the star point list. I still have yet to purchase anything super huge with star points. I'm subconsciously waiting for like a cool Mortis skin to come out. I'd be devastated if I used them on like a Golden Mecha Crow and Mortis skin came out, but I guess the wait has been long enough. But let's get back to the action here. So getting 2 power cubes right at the get-go. We got a Jean that's pressuring a little bit. I feel like Crow has this like aura right around him. A lot of people nervous to go up against him. He like is very intimidating in the game mode. A lot of people will just kind of tuck tail and run. So here we go. Jean is definitely going to eat the dust here. And there we go. Nice. 5 power cubes, 5 brawlers remaining. Got a super in the arsenal. Definitely a really important weapon to have in the back pocket with Crow. I'm sure a lot of you guys play that way with Crow as well, right? Just really try to get that chip damage going. Try to get that super. So you can use it to get away or to be aggressive and jumping in like he did on the primo there. Okay, using the other gadget. Nice. Taking out the other boss of the game. My goodness. We're at 2,000 HP. 3,000 basically. But he jumped in there very aggressively where there's 3 other brawlers so he could grab those power cubes. I'm sure the alternative would have been that Leon getting the power cubes, and he already had a bunch, so we kind of needed those to secure the first place victory. So here we go. Not sure how close Piper is to super, but it ain't gonna matter because we're taking first place, baby. Nicely done, Money Capital. Let's get into number 2. So our second best brawler for Showdown currently is going to be Ems. I feel like Ems has everything you need for Showdown. Number 1, she has that crazy burst damage at relatively closer range, so you can go up against a wide variety of different brawlers in the game. And basically matchups in Showdown are incredibly important. So a tankier unit, Ems can do very well against them. A squishier unit, Ems can do very well against them. And you have a gadget to get you out of a bad situation if, say, like a Crow jumps in on you or something like that. Really good at opening up boxes. There's really not that much that is bad about Ems in Showdown, which is why she's landing in the 2nd place spot. So we'll see how Money does with this girl. Here we go. Alrighty guys, so getting into our Ems match, and while we're getting into this at the beginning stages, make sure to give me a little bit of an idea. We having to use a gadget there really quickly, but who do you guys think the number 1 brawler is? I think it's going to be a little bit of a surprise, but if you've watched this video all the way through, I'm sure you guys can use some deduction skills to figure out who it is. But I won't say any more. So here we go. So we got 4 power cubes. There's another 4 power cube brawler, which is Rosa. Oh, taking some hits from the B. Let's see, another Rosa on the map, which ain't a bad thing. Rosa definitely a brawler that we can do pretty dang good against as Ems. That crazy burst damage. Health ain't a concern against Ems. So much damage, but we did have to waste a gadget, which is kind of unfortunate very early on. But that Rosa, once you come within range of the Rosa, you're as good as gone. So let's see how this plays out here. A bull too. A lot of tanky units being played here. Holy man. Okay, so Money Capital going in, using the second gadget, trying to take out the bull. Capitalizing, basically, he's trading a gadget, but for a really important trade, right? So he got those 2 power cubes from the bull. He found that way more important than using the gadget, which honestly, I probably would have saved the gadget for like an end game thing, but Money Capital is prioritizing the power cube advantage. So there we go. 5 brawlers left. We got 9 power cubes. We're definitely the final boss here. The Rosa definitely is going to be a little bit of a tricky brawler to go up against, especially if we don't have gadgets. But I like how this is going. We got a super in the back pocket. He's going all in, baby. Taking out the Rosa. I don't think we need to worry too much. Never mind. Daryl, you lucky duck. All that hard work. Stolen. So, Daryl is definitely going to be the hardest one now. I'm assuming Money Capital just wants to get super. Okay, so now Money Capital has super, so shouldn't have too big of a problem up against the Daryl. Okay, Daryl's going to run away, dude. Okay, we have to go for the Daryl. Get him while he's low, man. Come on, come on. Oh, so close. Okay, holy man. Okay, now we have to keep our distance. Daryl's definitely waiting for super. Okay, nice, nice. And there is a first place victory with the second best brawler in Showdown. So moving along to number 1. So our number 1 best brawler inside of Showdown currently is probably a surprising one to a lot of you guys, but that is B. Money Capital was explaining as soon as Alive managed to achieve the amount of trophies that he did on B, she became a lot more meta in the game, and it's pretty rightly so. If you take a look at a lot of her mechanics, number 1, she has something a lot like Extra Life, which is Honey Coat, saving your life in one circumstance. You got 2 different ways to slow down brawlers with Gadget as well as Super, which Super is incredibly easy to get. Being able to slow down brawlers, insanely good in Showdown. You got range to your character and incredible DPS to tank out the tankier units. All around, insanely good brawler in Showdown right now. Make sure to push her up. So time for our final match of today's video. We'll see how Money Capital does with the number 1 brawler in Showdown currently. So here we go. You'll see Money Capital just bypassing totally the power cubes from the boxes. It's so important just because if you do have a really good DPS with B here, but not good DPS if you don't have your stinger shot. So my goodness, that gadget really coming into play. We had a proc honeycoat there, playing a little bit too aggressive if you ask me, but using that gadget in a really good situation. So here we go, up against the spike. I'm sure Money Capital's eyeing down the spike. Ooh, missing with auto aim. Okay, let's see. Nice. Okay, we have a stinger shot again. So let's see how this plays out. Ooh, Barley's going to be a really tricky brawler to go for, but we do have 2 more gadgets as well as the super, but we just used it there. So here we go. Nice, taking out the BB. Okay, so let's see how this plays out here. Again, we need to make sure to keep in mind that Honeycoat is gone, so we don't have that life-saving ability. Oh, 1 shot in the Colt. What a legend. Okay, let's go. Oh, 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 so close. My goodness, guys, so freaking close. He played so aggressive against that Barley. I love the way Money Capital plays. Even if he does take like a 4th place, it's so freaking fun to watch. My goodness, so good. But yeah, guys, those are your top 10 best brawlers in Showdown currently. I almost like having B at the number 1 spot. It's exciting. Her mechanics are very fun in Showdown. Being able to use like Gadget to slow players down with that very wide radius that the Gadget has, helping with bush campers and things like that. I think she's incredibly fun and rewards aggressive gameplay, which I enjoy quite a lot. But guys, let me know what you're thinking. If you did enjoy the video and found it helpful, make sure to slap a like on it. I really appreciate that. With that being said, make sure to keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out, everybody.